Hello, this is Evan with Mountain and Meadow Health. Please like, subscribe, and share if you find any of my content helpful. I wanted to make a brief video about the article below that's in the description, a playlist of some music and movies I've found helpful for my trauma healing and emotional processing of things. I believe that music and movies and even books can be helpful for us in processing emotional stuff, even early emotional, developmental emotional stuff. Um, they can also be resources as well because we have on some level, there's a sense of connection to the actors and the actresses, and we see them, we're not alone. We see them also expressing their emotions and what's going on for them. So, in a way, that can be helpful for us, just feeling like they're with us, even though we're watching them. So, I made a list here, and please, if you have any that you particularly found, some albums, some artists, books, um, movies, you can share them, especially if they're kind of PG-13 and below, fairly clean, not explicit lyrics with music. And maybe we can add some to this list. But some ways, kind of two main ways I've found helpful, and then I'll describe them later. But the first way is we can use these sometimes as we're watching them or reading or listening, it may trigger us into certain feelings. We may feel kind of strange or just weird or something feels off. And that might give us some helpful information to just be curious about and be like, well, what did I just see here? And what is that having to do with what's coming up for me? Why does it feel significant? So it may be like after the fact we recognize it and we can get some more information about our own story. A second thing that can be helpful is we maybe already are trying to process something. We have an idea of the content of our own that we're working on, but we want a little bit of more help or encouragement with that. And we might be able to choose a song or a movie that we know is related to that theme that's coming up and use that to open things up for us, give us a little sense of connection by seeing it, and then that can help our own processing. So that's what I've found helpful. Excuse me. I'll just share for me some of the movies here. I wasn't aware that for me abandonment was such a big thing and significant to me. I was maybe starting to get there, but it wasn't real clear. But then watching News of the World, that movie, I just really felt strange. For the next day or 2 days after that movie, something had been triggered, and it's like, what was that about? So felt into that and kind of worked through some of that and just brought into awareness this abandonment issue was pretty significant for me, and the sense of trying to reconnect to your sense of safety, your sense of home, or sense of belonging. So that was really helpful for me watching that movie and thinking and kind of working with it. Also, I saw some different things over time. I started seeing when there was touch, affection, compassion, especially with using touch or hugs or in some way. It just felt really different to me, or like that was also more triggering or more bringing things to the surface for me. So then that kind of encouraged me to work a little bit more and get into maybe touch would be helpful for me, and maybe that would really help to open things up for me, which it has significantly. So that was kind of a clue for me to start to move in that direction. So one of the example there is from Risen, any other scene. I mean, there's probably some other ones that you can think of, but that might help you when it comes to that. The second idea of knowing we want some more help already processing something that's coming up already. For me, that was the Everest movie. Maybe 2 months ago or so, I I had a therapy session, and the next day, I just felt like there was this sadness. There was something bubbling up to the top a bit, and I wanted to explore that. I had the capacity at that time to actually be with it. So I just kind of tuned in to see what might this be about. And it felt like a bunch of different losses over growing up and different things that had compounded and on top of each other. And kind of my mind or subconscious told me that that movie might help because I knew that that had some of that same content in it. So I watched that, and it definitely helped for me to feel into those emotions and that loss and to be with it for a bit and sit with it and open some things up for me. So those are just some examples of what I've found helpful. Maybe we can add to this over time. And the repetitive flow songs, that's on there just sometimes when I want to kind of reflect on things or just tune things out. I'm kind of more in a pensive mood and just kind of want some background noise to feel that there's a connection there, but also not too much that I have to think about or concentrate on. Those just have some repetitive rhythms, repetitive melodies that keep going. You can just, sometimes I listen to them over and over, just put them on repeat. That those can be also somewhat regulating for my nervous system, a bit calming, relaxing. So maybe same idea for you. You have some other similar artists or songs that do the same. So I think that's it. And hopefully you find some of those helpful. Maybe you'll find some new artists that you like or work for you. And take care. Have a good day.